Nobody fucking wins. Like it or not, you fight, you lose. None of that shit is up to you. So just fuck it, let it through. Stop playing that fucking game. Like it or not, you bet you lose. None of that shit is up to you. So just fuck it, let it through. Now!
He really did.
Nobody fucking wins. Like it or not, you fight, you lose. None of that shit is up to you. So just fuck it, let it through. Stop playing that fucking game. Like it or not, you bet you lose. None of that shit is up to you. So just fuck it, let it through. Now!
He really did.
Yeah, get in the mood.
Cheers.
Cheers, buddy. The most fascinating thing about God is people that don't believe in God. When things get tough, they pray in secret, but they don't tell others.
So nobody wins all the episode, whatever number.
Yeah.
We're talking about religion today.
Yes.
Can you hear people fucking living now?
Why? I think they might be fucking interested.
The least cool thing in the world right now is a religion. They're going,
No, but it's
religion? Come on, fuck this channel. I'm never watching this channel again.
Yeah, but you know what? Fuck you. And also, it's like, even though religion might be uncool, talking against religion makes you quite cool. It's one of the topics that's cool. So let's start with this. I want to address this first. This sense of this wording, like when we say the universe. So we say people that they, and I'm specific. I'm talking about younger generation people,
Universe.
Gen Z people and younger.
Yeah.
Maybe my generation. Yeah, let's just say mid to late 80s until whatever now.
Yeah, the worst ever, yes.
And they say the universe will bring it to me. The universe will do this, or the universe that and that.
You're talking about this notorious book, The Secret. You talking about that bullshit?
I'm not talking about any book. It's
What do you
like,
mean universe will bring it to you?
They say basically so let's just imagine there's a person like that here, one of these people, and we ask this person, do you believe in God? No. But then you say, okay, game over. We're not going to talk about it. And then after half an hour or something, without thinking, they'll say, yeah, the universe will give me something. So then you go, oh wait, so what is the universe?
That sounds very cult-like.
But who created the universe? The universe was created from the Big Bang or
I don't
whatever.
think we know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
But we have some scientific theory, which is again like another theory.
It's a theory.
It's like theology, right?
Doesn't mean it's a fact.
Yeah. So if you're atheist, why are you praying to some fucking rocks? Isn't the universe like rocks and dust and like some chemicals and shit like this? So what the fuck are you praying upon? And Anna, you know, my wife had a friend. I'm not gonna name her, but she was telling her all this kind of stuff, which was like almost peculiar wise. She was telling her, if you want something, write it down to a piece of paper.
Yeah.
And she gave her like instructions, man, like serious instructions.
I think I know. You wish it so hard.
You wish it, and you put some specific flour, which you dry, and you put it under your mattress, and you just.
What is it?
Shit.
It's fucking summoning demons or something?
It's just demon summoning, basically, yeah. And
It sounds like it.
Sounds like it, and things will happen to you. And she said your skin will look nicer. You start looking younger. You know,
And she says she's an atheist.
She's an atheist and she's always using these lines like the universe will make it right. The universe will bring it to you, which is fine. And then somehow this particular girl, she gets,
Sounds ridiculous, man.
but she gets into this so many misfortunes. You know what I'm saying? And I've noticed one thing, which is quite scary.
It sounds scary, yeah.
Her pictures from month to month. I'm not talking about years. From month to month, from week to week. She looks like super old. Somehow she looks like super young. Something is going on there, man. You know what I'm saying? And she's like into this.
It reminds me all these horror movies that I saw before.
She's a good girl. She has addiction with weed, and she's like praying to this universe.
Yeah, and so
You know.
and so she thinks there's no God.
She
Right.
thinks there's no God.
Yeah.
But she's still praying to
So
something.
here's one thing, very
Which is
interesting.
ridiculous.
Yeah, here's one very interesting thing about religion. I think at least the last 2-3 decades,
Yeah.
I think at least the first world killed God, killed religion.
Which, what, you mean the First World War?
No, first world, the first world. The West and the other capitalized, East, some Asian countries, you know.
I
this.
see, I see.
These places killed God. Religion has been diminishing rapidly. So
They're losing money.
So like I said, it's the least cool thing to say that I have a religion, I believe in God, or what you believe in,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
So we killed God literally, and we're living in a godless society. But,
It is.
But
Yeah.
it doesn't end there. What I found is that people find some other form of faith. Sometimes it's like a very cult-like.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they literally worship money, like so many people say.
Yeah.
Materialistic capitalism is like a most universal fucking religion we have. So
It is a form of religion, you're right.
They chose not to believe in God, but they believing in something else now. They're always having faith on some other things.
There is this scientific type of atheist, like Neil deGrasse Tyson, which he's a scientist. He doesn't believe in God, but he never talks about these stuffs. He never makes sentences like this. The universe will do this, the universe will do that.
Yeah, that's just
He talks
one-
about the universe in a physics, man, like physics.
That's science.
So when you go and you talk about something in a esoteric, spiritual way, then that's God. You're just changing
Yeah.
the name.
No,
Just because
you
you
know what?
take away God and you name
me-
it universe.
To
it's
me,
God.
to me, even science.
saying?
If even this people who are into science,
Yeah.
if you go fucking too deep and believe that science will answer to all the questions we have, that sounds like a religion to me.
That sounds like some business for me. That sounds some good
It's
business.
a faith, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Just because you left God in religion doesn't mean you're not believing in something that you can approve. And people don't seem to realize that. Now
Yeah.
all these subcultures and all these different heated arguments about all this activism, ideology, they believe it like a religion. They don't call it religion. They don't think it's a religion, but to me it looks like they're religious practice.
Like what? What you talking about?
All these think about it, like all these things we saw in London, for example. How many different or alternative diets we have?
Ah, okay. So so basically you're calling vegans cultists,
No,
right?
I didn't.
You just
I
said that.
didn't call them. I said all different
Fucking
dietaries.
You just fucking call them cultists, man, right
No,
now.
but if you think that's the only truth, doesn't it remind you of a religion?
I know exactly what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
So let me just say what I think you said, and you just say you agree with me. So basically, you said human beings have the need to be spiritual. They have a need to seek for something.
Yeah.
So when you
Rely on
when you
something.
remove God out of the equation, there is a gap
They
there.
replace it with
They
something
replace
else,
it
yeah.
with something,
Yeah.
and they follow it in a religious way, like in a rigid way.
Yeah. They still
Right.
kneel down on their knee, worshiping something.
They do.
Yeah.
They do, because hardcore vegans, animal people that preserve animal rights, they're people you should admire. That's my opinion. If you're strong enough not to eat animal meat and you do it for life, you can be the biggest asshole in the world. That shows some fucking courage, because you really malnutrition yourself to do that. So well
Yeah.
done to that. But these people, often you're right, they go to this extreme to, in a sense, convince you to follow them.
No, we're not judging whether
To
they're
help
right
you.
or wrong.
No, that's what I'm saying. They're doing it to help you.
We're only saying then that the way they practice this, whatever ideology,
Yeah.
is just like religious practice. That's what I mean.
The same thing they do.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
But isn't the same thing that they do in financial institutions? Like when you, let's just say,
Of course, to some people, finance is a fucking religion. Money is the
is.
god.
it is.
Yeah.
From one bank I'm not gonna name, there is this saying:
Well,
finance is the oxygen of the economy. So it sounds so nice. Always this saying that these motherfuckers come up with. Always sounds so nice.
so many. That's why so many people are being choked to death because they cannot breathe.
Yeah,
Lack
because
of
they have
oxygen.
no. Yeah, it's
Lack of oxygen.
yeah. Lack of oxygen. Exactly like
But that's wrong analogy. Oxygen's for free is open to everyone. Finance isn't.
And that's why we are here to help you breathe by regulating it. But anyhow, going back to religion, you approached it in this way. How modern day society abolished God, like as you said, like an Opeth song.
We killed God.
God is dead. So yeah, we
Yeah.
kill God. But still, there's something I believe that for some reason, whatever the religion, I'm not talking only about Christianity, whatever the religion, the person that follows some sense of discipline and fasting through some religion looks and is more stable.
They look.
Even if you believe
Yeah.
religion and God is a lie,
Yeah.
by just following this,
Yeah.
it brings you some balance.
I agree 100%. So now I'm like trying to find what to believe, but I used to be, or I used to call myself an atheist. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
And
Did you do it because it sounded cool? A little bit?
No, there was time that I was trying to understand this world, and I
Yeah.
think it was a step I take.
Yeah.
And I was still going to church sometimes, especially when I was in the military.
Yeah.
I went to church every Sunday because they gave me food. That was the only reason. They
So-
gave me nice food, and I
okay.
went there, and there were some people very kind to me, gave me food, said nice things to me, which doesn't happen in a military unit.
Did they touch
And then
you sexually?
No, they were like, I could feel that, even though that time
Yeah.
I thought it's all bullshit because I was an atheist, but they looked so content,
Calm.
calm and peaceful,
disciplined, yeah.
peaceful, and so I thought, maybe it's good to have faith, whatever it may be.
It definitely is. It's better than not having the faith.
I mean, specifically religious faith.
Yeah. Whatever you believe.
Yeah, so that's when I realized I don't know that I am right. Absolutely.
And there is no way to prove it now.
So
right?
I don't know whether they are wrong. So we just all incomplete humans.
Yeah.
And then at least they look happy.
They do.
And well.
They do.
Yeah.
I'll talk about one of my friends I did in Paul. And this guy, he was religious. He was Muslim. And before all of this, you know, I used to think, especially when I was back to Greece, you know, because we had no Muslims there, or very few.
Yeah.
And especially not in Thessaloniki. You would find them closer to Turkey, this part of Greece, like northeast. But anyhow, before that, I used to think the opposite of being a Christian is to be a Muslim. Then I realized how close Christianity is, with Muslims, in a sense, because they have this tenacity and this discipline, like the following. So this guy, in a sense, he was telling me before the shift starts, like around 12 o'clock, you know, I'm gonna have I need to pray at 6 o'clock or something. Yeah. And he was only talking about football and his wife, his children. He was going out with his friend. He was playing football.
Yeah.
And he looked some kind of very simple guy, but really calm and really thoughtful and really smart in a sense, because he had in everything, I think. So he had his job, he was healthy, he had his wife, he has his friends, like his hobbies, like football, whatever. So that make me realize you need this. It's not something you say, I don't believe in. You need to find something to fill it. It's an empty space.
Yeah, that's why probably everybody's just rushing to some alternative to hold on to.
Yeah.
Since we killed God, there's a huge empty space.
Yeah.
We've been living with it for fucking centuries. So in previous episodes, you mentioned several times that you're a Christian now.
Yeah, so Christian Orthodox.
Yeah, tell us about your journey through it.
So in Greece, you were born, you baptized Christian Orthodox.
Were you?
Like, yeah, it's like everybody does it.
Yeah.
Unless, I mean, there are exceptions, but,
Yeah.
you know, it's in the ID, the old ID.
Ooh.
But somehow they make it such a fuss to remove it.
That's the trend, yeah.
Remove it.
Yeah, that's
Right?
the trend, yeah.
And then I was like following all the teachings. I was going to the church and I was going to Sunday school until I was 17. Then I went to my journey as a student, you know what I'm saying? So
You left home.
I left home. I was into more drinking and drugs and girls and stuff like that. So there was no place for God there, man. So I had to leave it for now. So back then I realized how cool I was. I wasn't atheist. I was saying I'm agnostic. So I'm like,
What's that?
that means you're open to the fact that there's gonna be a God, but you don't believe that, and you don't believe there isn't a God. So you're staying in the middle.
Okay.
So you're open to the fact, but you have no proof, like scientific proof.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, you have no scientific proof, and I thought I was cool. And then, yeah, I lived my life. I mean, there are many points of my life I can pick up when I realized, like, shit, like, yeah, like what I said in the beginning. Like, sometimes I found myself, I don't believe it, like, because my social avatar was like, I'm like, atheist,
Now
agnostic, or whatever.
you're into rock and roll, you can't say that.
Yeah, you can't say that. But when it was tough times, God help me. You know, I remember I was crying. You know, then.
I remember you talking shit about churches and Christianity and all that.
Yeah, I was. I mean,
You were making fun of
I'm
these
against
people.
organized religion. but at the same time, I'm for spirituality, which is different.
Yeah.
But this is the difficult part. How can you be spiritual without a narrative? So basically, the religion is the wording, is the book. You know what I'm saying? Spirituality, let's just say, is the song, but you need like the fucking lyrics for the song.
Yeah.
You need to have some story. So yeah, fast forward to before COVID, and I felt the presence of so much evil and scheming and all these people suffering, and I don't know, I just felt, it sounds like cliche, but a little bit awakened. I felt like
many
felt
people had that experience
Yeah.
that time.
I had this logical, it was emotional, but it was logical as well. I remember I wake up and I said, there can't be so much evil without so much good, because we believe in science and we say one action makes a reaction, like Newton said, right? And there's gravity, and we have all these stuffs, and we have mathematics, and it's the same if you think about it. You can't have so much evil without so much good.
I remember what you told me that you said. So now we all know that there is this much evil. So there's no fucking way. There's no good, the counterpart. Otherwise, why would this evil be flourishing like this? That's what you told me.
Yeah, exactly. If they were done, like you said, killing God, they'll be resting now. But they look like very busy trying to go further and further into this. It seems like.
Yes, after the lockdown, so many people said that, like, I found my fucking spirit back.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Because they had time to look back at their lives and the world. They were not working and shit.
Yeah. And I'm just gonna say it in the sense of the teaching and in the sense of the meaning of what you're reading, whatever you're reading. It can be like a book, it can be a movie, whatever shit you see. The point is not the thing itself, is what it tells you. So, believe or not to whatever religion you're following or not, it has some story behind it. You know, it has some wording, it has something to tell you. So I was thinking, man, I used to be so positive. Man, I used to be so happy. So I was like thinking, I used to think like,
when you were a kid, you mean?
well, when I was younger, I was not kid. I remember myself like I was always positive. I was always saying, yeah, it's cool to meet people. You know what I'm saying? Like this thing, for example. It's good to meet new people. Now it's forbidden.
You mean in church?
No, whatever in your life. Meeting new people, making new friends. It was something that you need.
Yeah.
We never had this mentality when I was growing up. Oh, you have enough friends. You should stop now.
Because you were always around people?
You was always around people, and it was always, you were going with your friends, and you were saying, I met this guy. Oh yeah, where is he working? What is he doing? Oh, he's doing this and this and this.
Yeah.
Oh, you should meet him. Oh yeah, bring him next time. So you make him more friends. Or you'd be like, not arguing with your like neighbors all the time, and you make friends with your neighbors instead, and helping your boss instead of fighting with your boss. You know what I'm saying? This kind of mentality, which was like, you want to call it Christian. I don't want to call it Christian necessarily. I will say it's more like humanic. It's more like proper human approach. So to wrap it up from my point, I missed myself being like happy, man. Like I was tired being like miserable all the time, and like. Wait! I have to stop you there. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Visit our website to join our mail list to receive news and special offers around the band and the show. Feel free to talk shit about things you like or dislike. And please support us through Patreon so we can keep making awesome content for you. Follow us on social media, and don't forget, in a fight between idiots, nobody wins. Until next time.